Hey guys, hey, it is that time. It's time to cover season 48, episode 3 of Survivor in 10 minutes or less. I'm your favorite reality junkie 2 fam, and I am ready to bring you the gossip and every step of everything that happens on Survivor and any other reality show that you're interested in. I will cover. I cover them here on TikTok and I cover them over on YT. So if you're not following me over there, I need all the followers I can get so that I can go live. Same name, Reality Junkie 2. Hit me up over there. So if you like what I do and you like to get all your information in one spot, like, follow, and share, and I will hook you guys up. Anyway, season 48, episode 3. Let's get into it. Now, we ended last time, and the green team went to tribal again. So they come back and automatically go straight to work. Cedric and Mary are talking. Cedric tells her that she's on the bottom. Mary's not surprised. She kind of felt it, and she knew after the last vote that that's how it was. And Say, even though she's Cedric's number one, is telling us that she's iffy about it because she had to use the idol, and no one told her besides Cedric that she was supposed to use the idol. So she's starting to think everybody might be turning on her, which I hope so. It pans over to Siva in orange, and it goes to David, the stuntman, the one with the two extra nipples. He tells us about how his life is actually not all great and buttons and bows like everyone sees. He's, yes, buff and good looking and a stuntman and stuff, but he has insecurities. He just wants to be a family man. He wants children. He wants to be married, but his girlfriend is like, nope, not without the money. And I get that. Like, I get it. It's hard and you can't just live off of nothing. So if you're not making money, it's time to hang up those dreams and go do something that will. But anyway, it pans on over to Loggy, the purple team, after that. And it shows Bianca, Thomas, and Shaheem just sitting back chilling while Joe gets to work and builds them a big old bonfire. Just side note, I'm really feeling Joe. He's such a family man and he has such a big heart and he's really trying out here and I just love that. Also, a little bit later, he shows that he has such a great sense of humor and I just love a great sense of humor. Everyone talks about how Star's looking for the puzzle and she's running around working on the puzzle, and Eva makes a bracelet for Joe's daughter in the meantime, and yes, I cried like a baby and it just took everything from Joe. And it's a touchy emotional moment, but at that time, Thomas and Shaheem sorry, my boyfriend's hollering at me from the other room and whatever. Anyway, Thomas and Saheem get together and they start saying, oh my gosh, we gotta break that up because that is too tight of a bond. Anyway, it goes back to green after that, and of course Mary is running around looking for the idol, and Saya is right behind her. I always say that wrong. But anyway, Say's right behind her. She is following her all over the island, and she is not letting her out of her sight. But both of them do individually say that they have a lot of respect for each other because both of them are playing. They're both playing the game. Maybe not correctly, but they're both playing. It goes over to Orange, Siva, and it goes straight to Mitch and Charity, and they are again locking it in. Day ones, they are ready, and they decide to bring Kyle and David in. And they want to use them as shields for the merger, supposedly. So it goes back to purple. Loggy and Eva has decided that she is going to take it upon herself to go and question Star. They haven't had any game talk or anything, so she goes to her and she's like, so have you been looking? Have you found anything? Like, Star's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I found this, this, and this. Star just kind of rolls her eyes, no, haven't found anything, and walks off, knowing she doesn't trust her and they're not playing for each other, so that conversation needed to go no further. But it does make her a little weary, so she goes and tells Bianca and Thomas that Eva's asking questions and throws her completely under the bus. Star's plan worked out. Everybody starts talking about Eva, and Bianca and Thomas agree that this gotta change. They go straight to rewards, and the winning team gets a huge tarp and hammocks, and the losing team gets a smaller tarp, and of course the second place team gets a smaller tarp, and the losing team goes to tribal. We all know that. So, of course, green barely has enough teammates to do anything. Loggy has to set 2, so they set Eva and Bianca. And Siva has to set 2, so they set Kyle and Charity. It's complete chaos. It's the one where you have to wear the mask and somebody has to be the caller and get you where you need to go. Poor Joe and David, I think I saw both of them hit their head or some part of their body while they had a mask on at least 5 or 10 times. They've got to be beat up. It had to be miserable. But anyway, everyone gets through it. Besides, they're so mad at Say because she doesn't know her left from right, but they get through the game. Orange and purple take a lead as usual, and green is in dead last as usual. Loggy ends up winning, of course, so they win the large tarp and the hammocks. And Siva actually wins second, and they win the smaller tarp. Camilla steps up, and Siva completes the challenge, and that's how they got the second place, is because Camilla walked them through a slide puzzle, and I think Camilla is going to dominate every puzzle she comes up against. They come back and find out that 3 members chosen by Loggy will go on a journey. So Loggy chooses, and Bianca from Loggy goes, Justin from Vula, and Camilla from Siva. Green's back at camp, and Say is getting a little nervous because Mary is not out looking for an idol. She's swimming. Like, what? Say's freaking out, and Mary's just like, I'm just chill, just gonna swim. So, of course, Say's 90-0 in her head. She must have the idol. She's not scared. Mary's playing just right, and Say is playing like a fool. They go back to where they were sent off on the journey, and it shows Justin where he, it's a dice game. So it shows Justin, Bianca, and Camilla all throwing their dice, and Justin flames out, and Bianca flames out, and Camilla gets an extra vote. They go back to camp, and Camilla divulges that she won it, and she got the extra vote. Bianca lies about it, saying it was too hard of a challenge and she didn't try it, and Justin just said he didn't win. Justin lied and said that he wasn't sure what happened, he would find out tomorrow, and that he didn't have to risk his vote. Which we see later that Justin did have to risk his vote after all, but he didn't want them to know that. So smart on Justin's part. Then it goes straight to tribal. Say comes in, of course, confident as can be, but she does throw a little Mary under the bus because she's like, yeah, she's too confident, something's wrong, and Mary just cool, calm, and collective shuts her down. And I could not be happier, because when Say is not talking is when I'm happy. But here's where everything starts going crazy. Mary plays her shot in the dark, and she's safe. Only 2 people are allowed to vote, and Mary gets both votes. So they all have to vote again, except for you can't vote for Mary. The second votes come in, and Justin has 1 vote, and Say has 1 as well. So it's another tie. So you have to do a third vote, which you must vote Say or Justin. Now, usually they'd cancel each other out with Say voting for Justin, Justin voting for Say. But one of last night's voters didn't have a vote, Justin, so it was only Say. Say got to vote, and Cedric got to vote. Well, we all just saw Cedric voted for Say earlier. So Say's all pissy about it. I'm thrilled about it. Of course, if they can't figure it out this time, they either have to draw rocks, it'll end up in a deadlock, they have to draw rocks, or they all have to decide who goes, and it could be any one of them. Cedric's the only voice that can have an opinion on this. He's the only one that can vote. Sorry, I have an obsession, and my boyfriend just brought it in again, so that was really sweet. Anyway, so it comes down to the last vote. Cedric decides he's going to keep Justin and send Say home. But here comes Say. She is not happy with it. She's throwing a fit. She's telling him, hey, you guys aren't as close as you think, because Justin didn't have a vote and he didn't tell you that, did he not? And Cedric's eyes just look like saucers, and he's like, Justin, you got anything to say about that? Justin does not even try to fight back. He doesn't try to save himself. He doesn't do anything. He just says, do what you're going to do. And I understand. Well, hello, of course. So Cedric turns around and says, okay, Say, even though Justin was my first day 1 and I had a bond with him first, I'm going to cut Justin and keep you. But you and Mary have to get along. That's going to be the new rule. Of course, Say is agreeing to anything right now, and she's like, okay, dude, let's go. So episode 3, Justin goes home. Thanks, guys. I'll download episode 4 soon, and don't forget to like, follow, and share. And follow me on the YTE. I need you over there, too. Same name, Reality Junkie 2.